meeting, we are going to put in a pseudo number generator, pseudo random number generator. Pseudo means. Random number generator is very useful in gaming and a lot of applications. Basically, what it does is it gives you random behavior, random inputs to your system, and then you can see how your system responds. Okay. If the system responds properly, the type of input, the number shouldn't change any behavior. Okay. But unfortunately, digital system, it is very hard to come up with truly randomness. So imagine you have 10 numbers with you, 0 to 9. It is possible that every time you pick a number from this list, you're going to get a different one. So that means the chance of getting a 0 is the same thing as a 1, as a 2, as a 3, as a 4, right? Okay. But in reality, sometimes you see, well, I get more, say, 7. That's not true. If you do your experiments long enough, you can see everybody seems to have, every number should have the exact same behavior. Okay? Now to modify, to have that kind of behavior in a digital system is very, very hard. The reason is this digital system is discrete. It means you get levels, okay? And most of the time, you cannot input anything that's analog into the system easily. Okay? So what they do is they look at, well, if I want to design a random number generator, I need to determine how many bits I want to use. So for example, you only have 1 bit, you only have 2 numbers, 0 and 1. That's it. It doesn't matter how many you get, you can only get 0 and 1. If you have 2 bits, you can have 0, 1, 2, 3. 8 bits, you get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the more bits you use, the more possibilities you can have. However, there's a finite limit, because you have to limit your bits, you limit the possible outcomes. For computers like these, desktops, your cell phone, if there are 64 bits, usually the limit is 64 bits. So you get 2 to the power 64 minus 1 combination, 2 to the power 64 combinations. The limit is 0 to 2 to the power 64 minus 1. It's huge. Okay? And for this system, it's not 64 bits. The NEOS is 32 bits. So that means you're only working with 32-bit pseudo random number generator. Okay? The reason we call it pseudo is because it is not truly random. Okay? Because when you create these random numbers as inputs into a program, you have to use what they call a seed. Put a seed there, and then the random will start generating these numbers. However, because the seed, you force the seed into it, that means if you use the same seed for everybody, then all the outcome will be exactly the same. So that means I can have a random number generator in my system, but it functions exactly like yours because we use the same seed. So what kind of seed do we have? You can use time, you can use a voltage, convert it from analog to digital, or can use some kind of sensors input. Okay? Now we're not going to get that fancy. What we'll do is we cannot use time because there's no time in the system. The moment you start your system, it times 0, and this just keep going. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to use external switches as our seed. So we can configure the switches, and this is our seed, and then fire the random number generator, and then the outcome will be exactly the same. Understand? All right. Because the seed that we put in is limited, we only have so many switches in the system. That means the moment you select the switches settings, the seed will be put into the system, and then your random number generator will spit out the numbers. Because we use the same seed, and then all our system will behave exactly the same. Understand? There's no way you can have a different one. If a different, that means something is wrong with your system. Most likely you didn't flip the switches right, or you didn't code it correct. Okay. All right. So the next assignment, what we're going to do is putting the switches into the system. Use that as a seed to run your program, and then visualize the outcome of the program in terms of numbers on the screen, and then we'll look at the patterns we're getting, okay? And then we can limit what kind of numbers we're getting. So for example, we have only designed digits from 0 to 9. That means technically we can do any numbers. But sometimes we say we want to limit the number from say 0 to 7 or 0 to 6. Then you can put in additional code so that when you generate any numbers out, it is always within this range. You can say I want 0 to 7. Then there's no 9 will show up. The 9 will disappear. Okay, it's very simple. So I'll give you the code to you. Okay. All right. Any questions? All right. So let's create revision 18 in your virtual machine. Revision 18.
So how many revisions 17?
Yeah, from 17 to 18, delete all folders. Remember, it's always copy everything over, delete all folders. And those folders will be generated again by this tool.
Why do we copy over the folders if we're just going to delete them?
Because you may want to go back to 17 to do something, you don't want to delete the folders, otherwise it will be generated.
I mean, just copy over all the programs from 17 that we're going to keep.
Yeah, you can do that too. I feel it easier, just copy over, delete the stuff you don't want.
Okay.
Good?
We keep only like 3 folders, right?
No, you don't keep any folders. You only keep the files. Okay? The folders will be created automatically by the tool.